Is the Norwegian child protection system in crisis? The harsh critique of the Norwegian child protection system is massive. There are demonstrations in many countries. The European Court of Human Rights has taken in a record number of Norwegian child protection cases. Until recently, the court has only decided about 60 child protection cases from 18 different countries. Norway and the UK stand out, with 11 cases each. Now, there are 30 new Norwegian cases awaiting decisions by the court. Why is Norway experiencing this backlash? Although all countries in the world, except the USA, have ratified the Convention on the Rights of the Child, Norway is one of the few countries that have made the Convention national law. That means that the government has an obligation to protect children's rights. Norway is also considered a child-centric society that respects children's rights. But this challenges the traditional relationship between the state and the family. One consequence is that children's rights are protected also when parents do not want interference. However, if the parents disagree, there are comprehensive judicial procedures that ensure parties to be heard, legal aid, and to appeal. In a comparison of removal proceedings in 8 countries, Norway clearly is a top performer in terms of rule of law. This partly explains why so many cases from Norway are brought to the European Court of Human Rights. However, this court does not use the Convention on the Rights of the Child as a source of law. Child protection decisions are complex. There are 2 types of errors. Type 1, one intervene too late. Type 2, one intervene too soon. Both errors are equally problematic, but will happen. Damn if you do, and damn if you don't. One may wonder if Norwegian child protection is different from other countries. The simple answer is no. Most systems in high and middle income countries are built on the same principles: to help families to live together, that removing a child is last resort, and typically courts decide serious interventions. However, some countries are more similar than others if we look at the numbers of children removed by the child protection system. Norway and a range of European countries have about 1% of the child population placed by the child protection system. Others have 0.5%, such as the UK and Ireland. And yet, some have 1.5% of the child population placed out of home, as Czech Republic and Romania. How does the Norwegian state care for children compared with other countries? There are some international indexes and rankings of countries on children's rights and welfare. One of the latest is the World of Influence from 2020 that measure welfare for children in rich countries. Here it is summed up that the Netherlands rank highest in the league table of outcomes, followed by Denmark and Norway. Chile, Bulgaria and the USA are at the bottom of the table. Similar results are evident in other reports. Norway is normally among the top countries both on protecting children's rights and on the general living standards for children and families, together with the other Nordic countries. We score better than countries which we often compare ourselves with, like Germany and the UK. Other countries have a longer way before ensuring child rights and welfare. Still, there seems to be an impression that there is a crisis in the Norwegian child protection system. is the citizens' trust in the Norwegian child protection system declining? We have asked representative samples of citizens of 8 countries plus California, USA, if they trust the child protection system, the child protection workers, and the judges. The result is similar across the 3 questions, and I here show the responses on the judges. England and California are at the bottom, while Austria and Norway are at the top. And compared to 2014, citizens' confidence has increased in Norway and Finland and declined in England and California. Does it follow from this outline that the criticism of Norwegian child protection is not justified? Both yes and no. We have a child protection system that, as far as research can tell, is a high performer compared to systems in other countries. We are strong on rule of law, we score high on all child well-being and child right indexes. But mistakes are made, and every single decision that is wrong is enormously sad and problematic. It is about the human lives of a child and a parent. At the system level, and compared to other countries, the criticism must be much more specific and nuanced. I have argued for better and more education in frontline staff, better services, and better decision-making guidelines. Some of these are now in the pipeline. But the most serious problem in Norwegian child protection is the lack of a child perspective. This criticism does not reach the headlines of major newspapers or the BBC. Research shows that children are not heard and included in their own cases. Children say that they do not feel that it is safe to tell about the pain and the abuse they experience. The UN Committee on the Rights of the Child criticized Norway for this in 2018. Perhaps as a result of this, the Norwegian Parliament recently instructed the government to ensure children's rights to information, to be heard, to secure best interest of the child, and children's right to privacy. Even though Norwegian child protection is scoring high compared to other countries, better implementation of the Convention of the Rights of the Child is still called for.